the dark man has come to scare you, my girl. Can't say whether he comes from this world, so you tell yourself that he's just a smoke swirl that only works for a while. For he's made of things too deep and too wild, and you can't turn him back with the mind of a child. Well, sure, his intentions are ugly and vile, though you don't know just what they are.
Hey, buddy.
Hello.
Hello, hello.
We are here.
We are here. I know you couldn't wait. You missed us so poorly or so badly. Wait, that doesn't mean
So
the same
poorly.
thing, does it?
You missed us so poorly.
More unfortunate
Really need to
souls.
do like
You
a
missed
you're
us
missing
really
game.
well.
Being without
Welcome back
us.
tonight to the Diced Thespians Steel, Storm, and Tempest campaign. Now to catch you all up where we left the last game. Cover your ears, Alex.
So
Accurate.
way better.
Okay, was everybody had gotten back to the main realm with the prince and the princess of the Fae, and they had been given gifts, a couple of wonderful gifts. Each of them got an artifact and a special kiss right on their forehead that
I
allowed
thought it was
them
our nose.
nose right here,
Okay.
that allowed them to travel between the realms, the Fae realm and the mortal realm, which they hadn't been able to do before. So good things about that. They were enjoying their nice rooms that they had all individually. They were enjoying their new magical items. And at the very end, alarms sounded. Now, Fae alarms are a little different than normal alarms, but they still were alarms very clearly. And they sounded along with voices screaming from the hallways, "We're under attack, we're under attack." And that was where we left it. So that's where we're going to start it. Alex, starting with Alex.
All right, I'm assuming something happened, so.
Yeah, well, okay, we're starting with you.
Okay, cool.
So
I was like,
now
everyone's
like-
disappearing. It's either we're starting with me or something.
Yeah, when you don't have your ears on, that's kind of a little challenging. All right, so we start with, you guys have come back. You've come back from the land of the mists and all the things happening there. Although you weren't quite ready to leave yet, there were some things you wanted to do. The prince brought you back. And the prince and the princess, the young prince's parents were very grateful. And they have sent you all off to your rooms to relax and rest before a big to-do that was going to happen that evening, as evening is counted in the realm of the Fae. You know, it was a pretty stressful time, and you lay down for just a minute, and you missed the knocking at your door, and you slept through it, and you missed the bringing in of the beautiful ornate clothing that had been for you for the fete. And when you finally woke up from this incredibly restful sleep that made you feel so refreshed and so great, you realized as you looked around that somebody had come in your room. Time has passed. Your ornate clothing that was there is not there anymore. But instead, there is a little table with a very beautiful cloth draped over it. And laying across that cloth is a sword. And laying across that sword is a note.
I look at it.
Okay, you go. The sword is interesting. It's interesting because the way that it looks, the blade looks like it's made from ice. The hilt looks like it's made from fire. The pommel looks like it's made from electricity. You know, metallic representations of these kinds of elements. And the
So
pommel
is it like,
stone.
is it more done in like the design of it, or is it
Yes.
almost like color? Like, does it
It's
look?
right now it's
Is it
in the
al-
design of it. And on the very top
So
of
it
the
looks
pommel,
steel, but like parts of it look like flame, but parts of it look like it's
right, like that was
crackling
molded
or-
out of the
okay.
steel, yeah. And at the very top of the hilt, there is a pommel stone. And the pommel stone right now is clear and colorless, but almost has a mild glow to it. And the note across the top is folded very neatly into a kind of an ornate shape, almost like origami. But you can see that through the paper or whatever this is, that there is writing on it.
Can I read it? Is it
Absolutely.
okay, I just didn't know.
It is in,
It's
it is
a
in,
language I can read.
it seems to be in English, as best you can tell. You can absolutely read it. And it says, "We were sorry to miss you at the fete. However, we will not let you miss our gift and our thank yous. This is Flareon. And she is of great power." And then it lists out kind of in very flowery language, which we won't get into because, you know, flower language, the things that this particular sword does. Miss Flareon. She's a sword of elemental damage. It is +3. And for each bit of damage, every time you strike, it does 1d10 elemental damage, and you get to decide at the beginning of your strike which element you want it to be.
Damn,
Yeah. So
that's cool.
write that down. That is your gift.
And is
Okay.
it Flareon like the Pokemon, or
Yep.
Flareon? So like there's
It's
like a
like-
little bit of an emphasis beforehand.
Yeah, it's flare, like flare,
Okay.
like an elemental flare.
Okay, so
Flareon.
it's
So a little like the
Poke-
Pokemon.
It's like the
But
Pokemon.
you know, Fae don't know Pokemon, or maybe Pokemon are Fae. Who knows? Maybe there's a Charizard out there somewhere.
Dear God, please let that be so.
That would be pretty damn amazing. I would like that because I like Pokemon and I play Pokemon Go.
Charizard has always been my favorite, but specifically Ash's Charizard, because he's just doesn't put up with shit.
With any kind of thing. Yep. Okay. And so as you're sitting there and you're looking over this beautiful sword, you pick it up, try to see how it holds in your hand
So I'll go grab one of my
and
swords.
stuff. And it's like when you hold it, there's like a little tingle for just a moment, like there was an electric shock and your hand clenched over it. But it was only for a moment, and then it felt right. But then all of a sudden that sword, which was just like cold steel, it's like a natural extension of your hand. It just feels so good. It's like it's part of you now.
Oof.
And she says,
Wait, the
that's
sword
what you hear
does?
from the sword. Yes.
Hello?
She says, "I'm so excited. This is going to be so wonderful. We're going to kill so many things. It will be great. Just so you know, I really prefer. Oh, I like it all. I don't care. I like it all." And then an alarm goes off. A Fae alarm out in the hallways, and you start to hear screaming
Of course, it's
and
an
shouting
intelligent sword.
for just outside, and you hear a voice saying, "We're under attack, we're under attack," and running in the hallway outside of your room. And
So I'm going to. What was the thing that just like, or am I still wearing it all? Did I just fall asleep into my armor, or did I know? Mine was kind of like vague. I just remember it being on me. It was just invisible.
right,
until
exactly. It's on you, but it represents when you're in your human form on the mortal plane.
Yeah.
It looks like, I think I gave you an ascot, like a little
Yeah,
scarf.
it was
But when you're in the Fae realm, it's like a full suit
yeah.
of armor.
So I didn't know
And
if I was currently wearing it, or if I had to do something to like don it or something like that right now.
no, you are currently wearing it.
All right.
Because this is the
then-
Fae realm, you know, if you were in the mortal realm, you would have to take it off as your
Yeah.
ascot. But in the Fae realm, you are wearing it.
Okay. then I look at the sword and I'm like, well, looks like you're gonna get your chance, and open the door and go out and see what's going on.
All right, everybody else come back. You all heard the alarms. You all heard the people running. People, I say loosely, the various fey beings of whatever shapes and forms, yelling, "We are attacked, we are attacked." What do you do?
I run out into the hall and I yell, "Which way?"
Yeah, I'd say I'm grabbing weapons, but
Yeah,
I am a weapon, so I'm
Yeah.
following Chris.
I am not a
So-
weapon. I'm someone who heals people after the weapons are used. I'm going there.
We need that too.
Yes, I'm on my
So-
way there.
So as you run out into the hallway, Chris, you start to see down the hallway some of your compatriots beginning to poke their heads out of their various doors of their various very strange mystical rooms. And a really odd creature. It's like, it looks like an upside down ice cream cone with legs, and it's running along. And the top of the cone just kind of goes like this, and it yells, the throne room, as it runs tacitly away from the throne room. the direction of the
I thought that was gonna be the monster.
Mhm.
Are we fighting ice cream now? Is that what's
You know
happening?
what? I have done that. I
That
have
was
done
happening.
that. Yeah,
You
I
must
sent them
save
once
the
to the plane
cone.
of hell that was about sugar, the sugar plane of hell. But that is not the case here.
Okay, so I see everybody else.
You see them poking their heads out of their various rooms and stuff. You were the first to ask that question, though.
I try to wave to them and tell them to follow me. Follow me! With
And
your
the large
weapons.
gargoyle-ish figure that used to be your friend Chris turns around and filling the corridor, as he does because he's so very large, begins heading in the direction of what looks like probably the throne room.
Yeah, I'm just gonna fly up and sit on his shoulder as he moves.
Okay.
I'm just gonna.
I'm going with
do I
everyone
see
else.
him? I'm
Oh
assuming I'll
yeah,
see
you're
him.
all
Okay.
all of your rooms are along kind of the
Okay.
same area.
Same follow.
All right. Okay, as you begin moving towards the throne room, it's as you get closer to it, becomes more and more difficult as certain fey creatures are moving away and certain fey creatures are moving to.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh no, we lost Tanya.
We should all make the
Oh.
face until she comes back.
Yeah. Oh, there
Oh,
you are.
no,
You're
is that
back.
me or is-
You're
That
back.
was,
Okay.
that was you.
Hotel
Yeah, I-
Wi-Fi
Hotel.
for the win.
Oh, and I just get the little thing telling me your internet connection is unstable. Thank you so much. So very
Ooh.
helpful. Yeah,
Cool, cool,
hotel
cool.
internet. I do apologize, guys.
Okay, all good
We're
now.
gonna do what we can. Anyway, there becomes to become blockades in the hall as some of the Fae are running away, some of the Fae are running too, just like you guys are. And so you are significantly slowed. But as you get a little closer, you start to hear the sounds of combat.
I yell, "Stay to the right!" Because if they're coming at us, they're going to go to their right, and we're going to go to our right, and the jam should flow.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Smart. I'm gonna
Okay.
see you do that and be like, yeah, that's a good idea. But then I'm gonna fly ahead to peer around to see what exactly the fighting is.
Okay. Well, there was a certain amount of panic because this place is never attacked.
We should
Because
pause
this
for a
is the center.
second though, because it's like the stream is not catching on to Shauna. They can't hear her,
Yeah, we can't hear you, Sean.
and that is important. Speaking into the ether of nothing.
Shauna,
Check
speak
your
to us, speak to us.
wires. Check your wire.
This is when we need the technical difficulties. Oh no, we can't hear you at all, Shauna.
I think she said she was going to be right back. Did I? I don't know.
No.
No.
Yeah, she
Was it-
can't leave because if she leaves, we
Oh.
all.
We all
Everything
leave.
goes to shit.
There you are. Yes.
Wait, we can hear you here. But we were able to hear you before. Can the stream hear you?
Yes. Let us know. Keep talking, Shauna.
It's gonna take a minute for the
We're hearing you.
delay.
I can hear you.
We can hear you.
We need you. Shauna is playing a mime.
Mime.
They can hear you. They can hear you.
No, they can't. No.
Oh.
We can hear you, but they can't.
Oh.
Okay. Okay. We'll get there. We'll get there.
Just when we think we have solved all of the audio issues.
So good. You were doing so well.
No.
Don't say
You may not
sorry.
have done
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah, you made all
Yeah.
of the pretty happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just,
Yep.
there's nothing you can do about this.
Well, she's gonna have to.
Yeah. I mean, well, they happen. She's got to do something now, but there was no way to.
I have a solution if this next thing fails.
Yep, so do I.
We can hear you. Let's see if they can.
Just run over to Alex.
So accommodating.
Right? Just come on in.
Just grab a chair and go over to Alex.
That's what. Yeah, that was my solution. Like, screw it. Just block out the screen. Go to Alex's room. You guys are playing real close today.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. Okay, one more time.
Aw.
Anyone? I think it's showing active now.
It is? Okay.
Is it?
All right.
Okay.
Keep talking, Shauna. Let us know, everybody, if you can hear Shauna.
Oh,
Yes,
okay.
we heard
it
you.
worked. I figured it out. Sorry, thank you everybody for your patience. Sorry about that.
This is as close as to alcohol as I get tonight. I am so sorry.
Yay, water. Everybody hydrate.
Mhm.
Yep. Okay. Now that we can hear everybody, we are running towards the throne room. You're starting to hear the sounds of combat. The number of people fleeing the throne room becomes massively less. It's clear that everybody who was going to flee has already fled or cannot flee anymore. You get to the place where the corridor, this nice dirt corridor, begins to turn to stone, and you know that you're getting close to the throne room. And you begin to hear a number of things, including yelling, talking, fighting, screaming. Everybody roll me a perception check.
To roll on the tiny rainbow dice because that tracks for tiny.
There
person.
you go.
10.
I can do you one less. 9.
Yes, you
Nice.
can.
Oh, shit. I rolled a net 20.
Yay.
Nice.
I got a 25. It's the only thing I can do well, okay?
I got a
Okay.
10. So yeah, I'm
10?
not helping.
So, Shauna and Alex, what you hear in the center of all of this commotion, you're able to really kind of pick out the words from everything going on around them. You pick out the words, we knew. That sounds like the prince's voice. We knew. And another voice that sounds that you've never heard before that says, I know, but now you're going to die earlier than planned, but you're still going to die. Very raspy, barky kind of voice. But you haven't heard it before. And you don't hear the voice of the princess, only the prince right now. But you hear other voices. You hear Bjorn, oh my God. Sorry, the
Bjorn's
Bergman.
here.
Yeah, yelling, roaring and stuff. And you hear lots of screaming. You hear pipes playing. It's weird, but that little dialogue at the beginning, before it's drowned out, that's you hear that, the prince is in there fighting.
Can we quicken our pace?
You can, do you?
Yes.
You're at the back of the group right now.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to find Steed.
Find Steed. Okay, tell me what
Seeing
that
as
does.
I'm a giant minotaur. What kind of steed can I summon that won't break under my weight? Because the
Okay.
normal ones don't technically work.
Or
Well,
can
you
fit
are
in the
a-
creature
hallway.
my size.
Yeah, or fit in the hallway. That is
Well,
a
I didn't know
problem.
how big. I didn't know how big this place was. It could have been
Yeah.
like Mines of Moria big. I don't know.
Once you get into the throne room, it can be like that, but these are just tunnels.
Okay, then never
Um,
mind. I'm just going to use the dash action to run faster.
Okay, so you're
Or,
going to go out around
since I'm
the
a minotaur,
party.
can I just? I'm like charging. I'm just like I hear that, and I'm like, we got to get in there as fast as possible.
Okay, so you charge past your friends because you're behind them all.
Yeah.
You're behind Chris and everybody.
Well, I'm getting
so-
out of his way.
Okay.
Who wants to sit in front of a charging minotaur? Not
Yeah,
me.
well, this charge let you go through the squares of your allies, or will you hit them?
Well, it's just I'm just double moving. I'm not like
Okay,
Yeah.
if you're just double moving,
Yeah.
yeah, then you can go.
the
You can
charge
totally go
isn't an
around them.
attack.
Since
I'm just
the
saying, like
people
I'm
on
just
the-
barreling as forward as fast as I can. Like,
okay, the
obviously-
Minotaur barrels past you guys. As he
As
starts
he
running.
passes, I'm gonna jump from Chris's shoulder onto his shoulder, just so I can.
So there's like a little sparkly fairy dust, and Alex, your sword says, "Who is that hussy?"
That is princess to you, sword
oh,
bitch.
this- of course, the sword is jealous.
And Shauna, you heard this too.
This I heard some. Okay, I'm going to do a double fly, which should be like 120 feet or something, as quick as I can into where the throne room is.
Okay, that will get you to the entrance of the throne room, and
What do I see?
you will see inside the throne room. You can barely see past the moving bodies, but there is definitely a battle happening here within the throne room. And while you're watching, you do see at the far end something like a portal, like what Joey's pulled you through or the prince pulled you through, open, and something begins to step through. That looks a lot more like one of the other things in here, which looks very much like a giant tree. In the center, there is, it's a massive dryad, it's male. It looks, with the barky skin and stuff, but he definitely looks more like, I don't know, more like a redwood tree maybe or something, but he's big giant sequoia type guy. And then there's little goat-headed and hoofed men running around, and just chaos. Oh my God, there's giant wolves, there's giant boars. And a lot of the Fae are fighting them. And in the very center, the prince with his sword drawn is standing in the center of the dais, but he's surrounded by his protection, the Minotaur, the Bear Man, a bunch of those people, and they're fighting very hard with a group of what are probably satyrs and this dryad that are trying to get through that circle of people to the prince.
Okay.
What you do notice is that on the ground, there are already a number of dead Fae. No way to tell which side they're on.
How many of us see this so far?
She got there before you all because she did the fly move 120 feet. So you guys haven't seen that yet. She's the only one that's seen that. And Shauna, you will need to roll initiative. In fact, probably all of you should.
I was gonna
roll
say, maybe
initiative,
all of
just
Yeah,
for
let's just roll that.
just for shits and giggles, as we say.
That's a 13.
24.
23.
Okay, hang on now. Let me.
What the hell am I doing with this group? I got a 12.
Hey, that's only one less than me. You're good. You're good.
Also,
Okay.
I want to make it very clear: as everybody barrels past me, I get pissed and I take flight.
Okay.
Fair.
All right. All right. So you
pulling
need
up
to
the
tell me
rear, I
again
guess.
where so I can see who it was who got what for their
Oh, 23.
23 for
20.
Chris,
24.
The
24
13.
for Shauna, 13 for Ellie,
I got a 12.
12 for Jody.
Mhm.
18.
What about you, Alex? 18. All right. And
Oh well, I guess you want your healer to go last.
Correct.
I mean, yeah.
You are correct.
You're only one behind Ellie, so like you're there.
I'm in the ballpark. Okay.
All right. The evil Fae got 17. The good Fae got 12. So here we go. All right, Shauna. You are fortunately first because you're right there. What do you do?
How far can I get and still have an attack action? Or how far is the dryad, the evil-looking dryad, from me? The one that's attacking the
Okay,
prince?
this is the throne room, so it's pretty big across, but you got probably 40 feet. Now he is also surrounded by things, so you will be going through battle and giving them attacks of opportunity to get to him.
Question.
Yes.
How tall is he? And is he tall enough that if I was to go to the top of him, the other things around him would not be able to reach me?
Well, he is tall enough. He's about 10 feet tall. That where if you went up, the satyrs and the wolves and the boars and stuff wouldn't be able to get to you. However, the giant tree thing and the other giant tree thing that's stepping through the thing, they would absolutely easily be able to get to you.
That's a risk
You
I'm
take a
willing to
calculator.
make. Yeah. Can I
All
get
right.
to them this round and still attack?
Can you get to him this round? What is your base movement speed?
$30 feet? But that's walking.
Okay.
So my fly
Well,
should be
flying
like
is
60.
40 feet.
40?
Yeah.
Okay.
Flying is 40 feet. Yeah. So, you can get to him. Yes.
Okay, I'm going to get to him, and since I'm behind him, can I attack? And is he flanked?
Hmm?
If I'm behind him,
If you
does
are
that make
behind
him
him?
flanked? Probably
If
not.
he doesn't notice you, are you trying for stealth?
No. But I mean, there's so much noise, and if he doesn't see me, I could be lucky.
Mm-hmm. Oh my God. My online dice roller is really pitiful. It's not helping me at all.
This is why I never trust online dice rollers.
I know, but I don't have any dice in the hotel room with me. Anyway, so you go fly over there. He doesn't notice you. It's only considered flank, I believe, if somebody else is on the other side, right?
But if he doesn't notice me, it still counts as sneak attack.
Can be a sneak attack, yes, because you are a rogue. However, there is one being that gets an attack of opportunity on you,
That's 5.
since you're not counting. All right. Hang on, let me see what this person does. Oh, good Lord. Well, you wanted a challenge.
Yeah, Alex.
Yes, I did.
Had to open his trap, didn't he?
It's all my fault.
All right.
It's not like she didn't have this planned already.
All right. Yeah, well, and exactly. He is plus 10 to hit.
Yeah.
Just don't kill
And
me in one hit,
still
please,
only
God.
rolls a 12.
Yay!
That's after the plus 10?
Yes.
He doesn't hit me!
Wow.
Oh my God. This dice
Kick
roller
his
is gonna
ass!
die after tonight. Okay, so this massive piece of branch that's from a tree end, just so you know, comes waving down at you as you go past it. And you are just so darty and so movie that it just, but you can feel the wind. If that had hit you, you would be just a little smear on its bark. But you make it through. Now roll to attack, Mr. Dryad. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Does that mean I automatically kill him? Sorry, I was muted on the stream that whole time. I'm using my dagger of assassination. I rolled an 18 on the dice. It allows me to automatic kill on an 18 to 20 on the dice. How do you want to do
Same.
that? Does that work?
It does. It does. As you strike,
She's like, damn.
Like,
You gave me this.
it hits him, and you know it hit that, even though you don't know where like a heart or anything is on the dryad, just instinct. And this dagger, it just goes in, and it stiffens, and then disapparates.
I say, I really
And
hope that
stepping
guy
out of
was
the portal
was the
behind you in just a
druid
moment.
bad guy.
Something else. Okay, but yes, it did work right then.
Okay, now I'm in a very
So-
bad place.
Yes, yes, because now you are 10 feet in the air, completely out in the open. because that
I
body
wave
is
at the
now gone.
prince.
Okay.
It's just like a.
Red says
As you
hi.
go flying forward, Chris, you get to the opening of the throne room, of the wonderfully nicely carved stone doorway, and you see what I described to Shauna, minus one character, one tree ant standing kind of by the doorway. Actually, you guys will be coming out of, and another one coming through a portal. They're so big it takes a while to get through the portal, as it's like stepping through and stuff. Chaos, circle of people protecting the prince, another circle of opponents attacking that circle of people, and Shauna 10 feet up in the air, just sitting there looking like, what?
okay. So the
I have
circle.
my dagger
Oh.
out like this, and I'm just like,
So the circle of attackers approaching the prince. I just pick one out that I can see.
Okay, there's a series of satyrs and giant dire wolves.
Okay, I will attack a satyr.
All right, let me find an image. All right, roll to hit.
That is 20 to hit.
All right, was that a natural 20?
No, that's a dirty 20.
Okay, all right, that easily hits. Roll your damage.
Okay, that is 12 damage.
All right,
And I get another attack.
nice.
So if he did not drop, I'm putting another arrow into him.
Okay, he did not drop.
Okay, well, that is a 23 to hit.
Okay, that definitely hits.
And only 10 damage that time.
Okay, and that was the same satyr, right?
Same one. Yep.
Okay. All right, he looks very injured, but he is not down yet. Okay. And you've just about completed your move action, but you could probably go another 10 feet since you're flying.
Yeah, there's no need.
Okay, you're gonna stay right there in the doorway or near the doorway?
Well, like, hovering.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome. Awesome. And boy, it was nice to have that thing doing so much damage, wasn't it?
Tanya's
Oh,
thrilled.
good. You could
Just so-
feel the string pull.
That's okay. That's okay. All right. And now it is, I'm sorry, I'm doing this the old fashioned way. Normally I have a second screen where I have like all my documents and everything, and it can keep track. So it makes it a lot more seamless. Right now I'm shuffling pages back and forth. I'm so sorry. All right. So now it is Alex's turn.
All right. So I make it into the room. I see the same kind of scene going on. There's a giant tree. There's a Shauna. Or there's a Tempest floating in the air.
Uh-huh.
Looking very confused at a dagger.
Yep. Yep.
And
That is exactly right.
and a giant battle of, what are they, dryads and direwolves fighting.
Satyrs and direwolves and
satyrs.
dryads, and at least one at the moment tree ant, a second one that is nearly entered the scene.
A bad one or a good one? Or do I know?
You don't know. Normally,
as I
these
enter-
fae are considered Seelie fae, but clearly they're not being Seelie right now.
It's not very silly of you.
Mhm.
As I enter as a free action, I'm going to use divine sense as I enter the room to kind of discern foe from friend.
Okay. Interestingly, none of them seem evil of this group, or at least of the attackers, right? But definitely, a bunch of them are foe. In fact, most of them are foe because a lot of the friends have been killed already.
Mhm.
But there is fighting going on in all of the corners of this very large room.
All right. Well, the most imposing thing in the room is that massive tree, and so I'm
And
going
it's
to head
right there by
straight
the
for
doorway.
it.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay.
And
All
I'm going
right.
to cast Thundering Smite.
Okay.
It just adds to my attack, and I'm going to use Booming Blade to
Okay.
swing to strike at the giant tree.
And do you choose an element?
Oh, I'm using fire.
Fire for Flareon?
That seems
Okay.
seems appropriate for fighting trees.
Okay, a voice
Fire.
comes and says, you're supposed to say fire.
As I pull the sword out and look at it, fire!
All of a sudden, okay. And it's very satisfying because you pull it out and you're like, fire. And it's just like the pommel stone turns a brilliant, beautiful fire red. And the blade goes, your other sword flamed.
This is
That was like a little cigarette lighter to a conflagration. Okay. The flame, it's like the blade becomes flame. You can't really see any metal in that. And you
Wow.
strike, roll a hit.
that is a 22.
That does indeed hit.
That's gonna be fun. So that's like, all right. That's 40s. So it's a D10 for the. Actually, I'm just gonna roll twice, just so I can do it all together. That's a 23, so that's gonna hit.
Okay.
So let me roll all of this. So that's gonna be 2d10 plus 4d6 plus and then the 2d8s. So that's 47 damage plus the actual damage I do from the longsword itself.
Okay.
So it's +8. So +8. So +16.
Okay. And it is vulnerable to fire.
Yes, I've chosen correctly.
You've chosen correctly. So that is a third again. So
Jesus Christ. Well, that's only on the fire damage. So we're gonna do. So right now we got 47 damage plus 16.
okay.
Okay, so that's
63.
58 or
63.
70. 63. And then since I rolled 10 on the fire damage, so that's another 10. So that's 73 damage in total.
Okay. And the fire damage itself is doubled. So that's actually 83. Because
Oh wow.
so, it's still up.
That was
But
just
it is
cool.
definitely as you hit it and the whole side like chars and the bark catches fire a little bit and it turns and it looks down at you.
Well, that
You're
got
big.
its
You're
attention.
used to being big and it looks down at you and you realize that you kind of made it angry.
Yeah, well, I'm glad it's angry at me and nobody else.
Yep. And so now it is the evil fae's turn. Okay. What you see is the second ent on the other side of the room, finished stepping out of its portal. And it's half again as tall as this one. and it turns to the portal and holds out its big bark-like clawed hand. And the dryad steps out of the portal onto the hand. And he turns and the treant turns and sets him down on the other side of the room. Now, is this the dryad or is it another smoker? We don't know, but looks just like the dryad. And he's looking very angry. And he shouts, "We will take this place."
Fuck you, bitch!
Yeah. And cast a spell. And that spell is really bad.
Great.
No.
We believe you.
Go team,
Yeah.
go.
Mommy.
Yeah. All right. He casts a spell, and everybody who is on the ground needs to make a dexterity save.
I am sitting on a shoulder.
You are
Am I
Alex's
even
shoulder.
there yet?
Not quite. Not quite.
Okay.
So
If I pass,
fortunately,
if I pass,
Alex
she
needs to
passes.
make, Alex needs to make, well, and depending on how his goes, Ellie, you will need to make a dexterity save depending on what
Great.
happens to him.
Don't die.
Both of you need to make a dexterity
17
save
plus
with
2.
disadvantage.
Motherfucker.
Both of us, me?
Yes. You're flying, Chris, right? And you're
Yep.
flying, Shauna, so you do not yet.
Well, I don't pass that one. I rolled a 17 and then I rolled a 6.
Bummer.
right.
I
I'm
rolled a
assuming that
nat
doesn't
20. No,
Okay,
but
so
disadvantage.
as this happens, Alex, the stone under your feet suddenly turns to liquid, almost like quicksand, and you begin to sink, and then it solidifies, and you have sunk into the stone up to your knees. You cannot move beyond that.
Oh, I know.
Okay, Ellie, you managed to get off of his shoulder before anything could get to you, because you could feel that pulling of like the earth wanted you to come to me, I'm the earth, right? But you didn't. You managed to get away.
I know I'm a lot of fire signs right now. We are not here for Earth.
Mhm.
Not
Well,
here for
and
Earth
you'll
Day.
notice as I roll this thing, the people fighting for the
Oh.
prince on that side, they I haven't rolled above a 3 with this entire thing.
Yeah,
I mean,
It's great.
oh, gee,
yeah.
darn.
All right, so all of them but one sink to their knees in the stone of the floor as well. There's
Marvelous.
only one, which is the prince, who can now move beyond where they are actually standing. Yep. And that was his spell, and he does not move. He stays right there with this towering, monstrous ent at his back.
At his back?
Yeah, because the ent just turned around and sat him down.
Oh, I
So
thought
the
the
end
end
is
was
standing
like
behind
put
him.
him behind. Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's right, standing right behind him. Now that has happened, the big ant next to you, Alex, looks down at you. And
Just make a strength check real quick.
Why?
Thundering smite
Okay.
to see if he got knocked prone. He's a giant tree. He's probably gonna pass it, but you know.
But you got to try. You got to
There's
try.
always that
Yes, I
chance
get
of
it.
a
I
one.
get it. All right. Come on. We're gonna do it. See if that fixes it. Ooh, he rolled a 20.
Yeah, that's gonna pass.
Okay. All right.
What happened to those threes?
It was like the first one that was beyond that. It's like, okay, phew, finally, I'll have something. All right. But he turns to you and he rolls to hit you. Alex, what is your AC?
20.
20. He does indeed hit.
Oh,
Just barely.
crap.
Let me see how much damage he does to you.
Did he move to do that or no?
No, they were already in hand-to-hand combat.
Wait.
All right. Sorry, this is going a lot slower than it would normally be.
It's okay.
Take 25 points of damage. And 22 points of damage. As two hands reach down and
He has to roll twice.
yes.
Go to you.
What did he roll the second time?
He rolled a 22 the second time.
Okay.
And a 20 the first time. Okay. That's not what I want to do.
That's right. I got
How
you.
many was that?
So yeah, you're taking 42 points of damage.
Cool.
Ugh.
This is the big guy. You can take it. You're fine.
That hurt.
That would have me down on the ground.
Mhm. Note to self, Jody, don't fight the end.
Never considered it.
Okay, and then the satyrs and the dire wolves that are surrounding the princess things and fighting over in the thing. All of
Alex
them
got
hit
stumped.
because their opponents are now less mobile. They can't dodge or, get out of the way. And so all of them managed to hit. Two of the defendant ring go down, but the others do not go down. All right. So there are 5 left standing.
Hmm.
All right. Let you know how that's going. And now it is Ellie's turn.
How far away is the prince from me?
He's in the center of the room, which is about 50 feet.
Damn. Okay. That's too far away. He should be closer.
And it's not the little prince, it's the big prince. It's
Oh, it's
not
king.
the son. It's the king.
King Prince. I care
Yeah.
less now.
Yeah.
But this shithead just like slammed on top of my friend's head. So I will fly. I'm gonna stay 10 feet away, but fly up into its face and be like, dude, don't be a dick. And just throw four scorching rays at his face.
Okay.
Right
they
in the
hit?
face. No, I'm pretty sure a 9 doesn't hit, but does a 21, a 23, and a 26.
Yes, everything over 20 hits.
Great.
20 and over.
So that's 7 plus 9 plus 8 damage. No, plus that doesn't make sense. Yeah, no. 8.
Okay, tell me the total. I don't have the ability to maths right now.
16 plus 8 is 24.
Okay, that's 24. All right.
And then I'm moving to a place where I am not within range of anything, but everything is within range of me. Magic.
Okay, this ent looks very burned. In fact, its branches have caught fire.
Good.
And then since those are fire damage things, right?
Oh yeah.
Did you double the fire part of the damage?
I did not. Take 48 damage, bitch.
Which kills it.
Yes.
And
Mess
so,
with my friends.
okay, but here we go. Alex, high or low?
Oh,
Fucking
no.
Fall on me. High.
Okay. The ent begins to fall. And it's like everything. There's some wavering as he kind of comes towards you, and then he kind of goes that way, and then he actually falls. Ellie, roll me a luck check. Or tell me a luck check. High or low?
Low.
Okay, let's try this. I rolled a 1. It's gone back to that now. The ant falls in the direction of the prince and the circle around him. And he lands. Hang on. And manages to squish 2 of the 8 opponents around him. And you can see one of them still struggling underneath them, like trying to get out from under this massive tree. But the other one seems to be unmoving. So look at that. Look at that. 2 birds, 3 birds, 1 stone.
I
And
just want to
Alex's
do
massive damage.
I just want to do a quick shout out to Real Mr. Nickel with a go out on a limb and ask him to leave.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Okay. And do you move at all? Well, you did move. You moved
Yes.
up 10 feet.
I moved up
into the
10
front
feet
of
and
his
then
face.
I want to move to a location where I'm kind of in the middle of things, but I'm not within range of attack.
Okay, you could move kind of where Shauna is.
Okay.
Because that's what she had chosen as well. Okay, so Shauna, we have 2 fairies, a big fairy and a little fairy that all of a sudden together, and the fairy dust is kind of impressive that there's so much of it dark and light.
Wait, do I have fairy dust too?
Yes, you do.
Can I
but
make
yours is
people
dark.
fly with the dust from my fairy?
No.
Damn
You
it.
haven't, not that you've ever seen anyway, not that you've tried. All right,
You want to
and
make people
now
fly?
it is Jody's turn.
Okay, can I get within 60 feet of both the Minotaur and the prince and his gathering?
Okay, no, you cannot get within 60 feet of the, well, they're 50 feet from the opening. You can get to the opening from where
Yeah.
you are right now.
Yeah.
So that's your movement. And in the actual opening, the one that you can actually get close enough to touch would be Alex.
Okay, I have a bonus action that I can use to spread a healing out 60 feet.
Okay,
So that is a bonus. It's called Mass Healing Word.
okay.
And that will get 6 people, but then I can also, I believe, oh no, maybe I can't,
You can
because
use
that's a bonus action.
and an action. You get one
Yeah.
bonus action, one movement action, one.
Can
free
I cast
action.
Yeah,
those
that
2
seems-
spells though?
Well,
Yes.
that bonus action seems, is it a cantrip?
Oh no,
No,
that
no,
is a 4th
it's-
level spell.
That's,
Yeah.
is that a life thing? A
Yeah,
life
no,
path thing?
it's not
Okay.
from the staff. It's actually from
No.
her.
Well, no, I
You
mean,
get-
from the path that you chose.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Okay. If it says bonus action, that seems like an awfully powerful spell as a
Healing
bonus
Word is a
action.
bonus action.
But
That's what-
yes, you absolutely can.
Okay.
Mhm.
So my question to you is if I still have an action left and I'm close enough within 30 feet of Alex, then I
Mhm.
could channel my divinity and preserve life 25 hit points to get him at least half. Because I can't go above his halfway mark.
Mhm.
So Alex, how much are you down that's like below your half?
I have a total of 56. I am currently at 14.
Okay, so
So quite
I
a
can
ways.
heal you up to half of your hit points. So how many?
So that
Are
would be
we-
23
Okay,
Uh,
so
28.
or 28.
okay, so I give him the full 25 then. Sure. Okay.
Okay.
So I don't even I only have to be within 30 feet of him. So I only
Yeah.
have to be within 30 feet of him and within 60 feet of the prince and his surroundings.
And his group. Okay.
Yeah.
And how much healing are you giving to the prince and his surroundings?
The prince and his surroundings. Let me just double check. I can get 6 people. So
Okay. Yeah.
I don't know how
But
many
how much
that'll
are
hit.
each of them getting?
Yeah, but I will tell you in just a moment. Okay, so it's a D4 plus 9. So they will get 12. All of them will get 12.
Of the ones that are still alive, which are 5 of them and the prince, you will be able to give that to all of them because they're pretty tightly around the prince
Okay.
and he's 50 feet in. So you got all of them.
And
The
then a
living ones.
wave goes out towards Alex and makes him
I know,
feel
yeah,
25
well,
points
thank God.
better.
And he's actually pretty close to you. He's like within like 10 feet of you.
Okay.
So
I don't want to be
so
within
you know.
reach of this ent.
Yeah, well, it just fell. And then you
Oh,
see
okay.
it lying
Yeah.
dead and still burning
Okay.
like a forest fire. But it's just this one tree and it's
Okay.
fallen
Okay.
towards the prince.
So
All right.
that is it for me.
Is Alex still like stuck in the floor?
Yes.
Oh, yes. And so all of
Unfortunately,
the
I can't do
princes-
squat about that. So
None
Yeah.
of us can.
I
Yeah.
can't do anything about it.
Yet.
Just picturing Jumanji.
Yeah. So now it is the good face turn. The first thing that you notice is the prince, who is armed with a sword, but there's no blood or anything like that on his sword. It's clear that they've been fighting, and those wounds are starting, they heal a little bit as Jody gestures at the thing, and it's like, oh, hey, that's kind of cool. But he points his sword at the dryad that's now behind him. He turns and points his sword and he says, I will find you wherever you are. And he blasts something that looks like it would be like an eldritch blast, but it's not. It's from his sword, but it's a purple light, and it strikes the dryad and also dissolves into dust, just like the first one did for Shauna.
Okay.
And he's like, damn it. And he yells, cover me. And he creates a portal himself and dives through it. Okay. Well, the five that are still living around him, sunk into the ground as they are, they cannot follow, they can't defend more than that area, the same area that the prince was, but they do indeed try, and they variously strike at the dire wolves and the satyrs that are still up around them, the six that are still there. And all of them hit, but all of the bad guys are still up, as is that second int. And now we are back to the top of the round. Woohoo! Shauna, what do you do?
Do I see, just real quick, do I see the small prince and the queen princess anywhere? Was
Nope,
it
they are
just
not in this room.
the big prince? Okay.
Yeah, they're
Okay.
not in this room.
And he just dived through a portal by himself.
Mhm.
Is the portal still up?
Yes.
Okay.
It will be up for this round because he did it this round. It'll be only open
For this
You and
round.
this round.
You and I can lock eyes, have the same thought.
Shall we? Yeah, I'm gonna grab her and I'm gonna take her with me and we're just gonna fly through the portal.
Yes, we
Okay.
are.
Okay, it is from where you're at, 40 feet away.
I can get there because I'm flying, so.
Right, since you're flying, you can get just far enough to get through it unless you're doing a double move. Which you can get through it and then past it.
Yes. We'll do
Okay.
that.
Okay, your full action then is spent flying. You fly through the portal.
Oh, I do grab Ellie,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
she's being dragged.
Ellie also grabbed you, so both of you go through the portal. You guys see this as the two fairies look at each other, lock eyes, and then bonsai right through
Yeah.
the portal after the prince.
We would say fucking bonsai as we
And
go.
once we get through with this round, I'll tell you what you see on the other side. Okay.
You do
All
a
right.
fucking bonsai. Mine's a full-on Doctor Who. Geronimo!
There you go. Doctor Who for the win. All right, Chris, what do you do?
Damn it. Okay.
We are no longer.
I'm casting Hunter's Mark on the remaining ent.
Okay.
Light him up. That's a bonus action.
Okay.
And then
2 arrows. All right. His armor class is also very high.
okay, well, does a 24 hit?
Yes.
Okay. Well then, takes 11, 18 damage.
Okay.
And I will strike again.
Mm-hmm.
And that is a 19 to hit.
Okay. 19 does not hit.
Okay.
Except, look at your bow. I have to remember. Let's see, what does it do?
I don't think I ever got like a...
I did tell everybody what they did, and I did send out some messages or emails with what they were, but it's a +3/+3 unbreakable, and then it does certain spells as an action instead of an attack. You can do one of 4 spells: meld with stone, stone shape, stone tell, and flesh to stone, or stone to flesh. It's called the Stone Heart for a reason.
Right. Forgot about the spells.
You might be able to free some people.
I might.
On
It'll
your
be icky,
next turn.
really icky, but I will be able to free them. Yeah, sure.
It'll be icky.
All right, so you hit with the first one, do 18 points of damage. You miss with the second one. Now you have a move action.
I will fly back 10 feet.
Fly back 10 feet. So you're now right next to Alex, basically. Is that where you're going, or are you going away?
No,
Because you had just backwards.
Where do you think I am?
Okay, I'm sorry, I don't have any maps right here because I'm traveling.
I got to the doorway and did not go in, and then I've just been.
Oh, so you're going back into the hallway.
hall.
All right, got it. All right, 10 feet into the hall. For some reason, I thought you had flown further into the room.
No,
Okay.
no, I said there was no reason to do that.
Okay, and you're probably right. All right, and now it is Alex's turn.
All right. Well, I just watched like the two. Not just knowing, like no, whatever. I
No,
just
go
watched
on,
the two
describe
fairies.
us.
Well, I was gonna say like the two like probably like squishiest characters jump into a portal by themselves.
I
With
mean,
with no healer.
Yeah. So far as we know, yep. And you're anchored to the ground right where you are.
Yeah, so I'm gonna Misty Step out of the ground
Nice.
Smart.
Okay.
and into the portal.
Okay, that is 40 feet away from you.
Okay, it's
So you're gonna have to
Misty
do
Step
your
well, no, Misty Step is a 30 feet movement.
30 foot,
and
right? So then you
I
can
just
run
moved
through the
10
portal.
feet into the portal. And I'm gonna ready an action for when I appear to know, like,
Oh,
'Cause I
we
still
got a
have an
frozen
action.
Tanya. Hold on.
Okay,
Froze
instead of
for a
doing a
bit
double
there.
move. Got it.
huh? Oh, not double moving.
No, that's what I'm saying. You're not double
Oh,
moving.
yeah,
You're
no, I'm
just
not double
moving
moving.
right on inside
Yeah.
and then readying an action.
Because Misty Step is
Alrighty.
a bonus action.
Alrighty. Okay. And that is what we do for there. So I will tell you what you see when we get done with everybody's rounds. Next is the Evil Fae. All right. This is actually fairly impressive what you see happen right here. The other ent on the other side of the thing, it looks at you, Chris, and it rumbles and it reaches down and it pulls a massive piece of stone out of the floor and throws it at you. What is your armor class?
16.
All right, let's see how this dice works. And it rolls 27, which will hit you.
Jesus.
What?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
these are the big bats. I mean, come on. Let's see. How much damage does that do? Oh, 40, 10 plus 6. All right. It's a good thing that you're a gargoyle.
Just imagine the the ends assaulting Isengard chucking shit at you.
Yeah.
We broke Tanya.
Okay, no, I'm trying to add. Okay, that's 29 points of damage.
Jesus. Okay.
Now, but here's the thing. You're a gargoyle. And this is a stone attack. And now that you're level 5, you didn't know this would do this. But any kind of stone attack or earth attack, you have resistance to now.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So instead of taking 29 points of damage,
Earthbender.
you take 19 points of damage.
Ah,
And write that on your sheet.
I will.
Okay. And now the satyrs and the dire wolves attack the other fae that are in that circle around the prince. You guys have kind of not been even paying attention to what's happening in the corners because it hasn't come to you yet, but there's still fighting going on over there.
The prince
been-
isn't there yet. Like
No,
he's not there anymore.
He's not there anymore, but they're sunk in stone. They can't leave with him. And so they can strike at the things that were guarding where he was and guarding the portal he went through
I see.
and stuff. And so they do that.
I
I'm
didn't
just
know
giving
they
them
were
all-
sunk too. I thought it was just the
No, it's just the
fae.
good guys. Yeah, it's
Okay.
just the good guys, but
Okay.
they can't run away, so they are
Okay.
still targets. Oh, and 5 of them hit. So all of them hit are hit. 5 of them hit. So each one of those 5 people are hit. Okay, 2 more of them go down. So now there's only 3 defenders stuck in that stone at the circle. And that's all we're going to pay attention to for right now. And now we are going to go and say it is Jody's turn. Or no, it's Ellie's turn. But she's not here. Jody, it's
I'm
your
not
turn.
there.
You're not there. Jody, it's your turn.
The bear is still standing.
The bear, yes, he's one of the bear and the minotaur
Okay.
are one of the 3 that are still standing.
And do they look really injured?
Yes, they do.
Okay.
You have a feeling that
and-
another round they may not survive because their armor class is reduced because their dexterity doesn't help them right now because
Okay.
they're stuck in the stone.
Okay. Well, what else can I do here? Okay. I mean, I could do it one more time, but it's really not going to heal enough. Which one looks worse?
The bear,
Okay.
who is coincidentally the one that has been giving you guys your missions.
Yes. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
So I want to look and see if sorry, I'm looking at the staff just to see what's going on there.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm gonna need to go up to one of them. How far away is the bear from me?
He's 40 feet away from you.
Okay, so I don't know that I could actually get close enough to touch him. Is that correct?
Not yet. That's correct, because you were standing in the doorway, right?
Yeah, I was close to Alex, but
Right, who was standing near the doorway, because that's where the other ant was.
okay.
You can get almost to them.
Okay, that's really not going to help me.
Yeah, because that
you know
makes you
what?
target for next round.
Yes, it does. Okay, so I'm gonna have to choose the bear because I can't get both of them, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna healing word him, but I'm gonna do it. No, I'm gonna do it at a second level. So
Okay.
that will be 2d4 plus 8.
Okay.
Because I can't actually walk up to him. I wouldn't be able to get to him anyway.
Right. But you
Okay.
can move part way in if you want to, so that you can get to him next turn.
Yeah, I guess I could do that. So if I move like 10 feet
Mm-hmm.
closer, I guess. I mean, it kind
Yeah.
of makes me a target too, but okay. For now, that's what I'm gonna do. That is a bonus action.
Okay.
Okay, 2 plus, okay. That's 11 points. So he gets 11
Okay.
points back.
When that happens, you see that he's clearly like, as he's fighting, hunched a little in pain, as one does. And you see him take a breath, like, and his eyes fly up to look around and focus on you. Like he was somehow able to identify where that spell came from.
Okay, I will nod.
Okay.
That is a bonus action, so technically,
You could
so
attack.
yeah, like can I hit anything or like how close am I to anything? I don't know if I want to hit
Okay.
anything.
The satyrs and the dire wolves that are fighting that circle of protectors,
Yeah.
they're only 30 feet away from you, 35 feet away, so you could conceivably maybe get to one or two of them.
You know what? I'm gonna Sacred Flame, the one that's hitting the Minotaur.
The Minotaur, okay, that is a satyr.
Okay.
All right. Roll
So
it.
he has to make a dex save of 15.
Okay. 15.
Yeah.
All righty, let's do this thing.
And that is a cantrip, actually, so that's why I can do it
Mhm.
as well.
Right. He rolled a 10. He failed his dex save. What happens?
Okay. He takes 2d8 of damage.
All right.
Radiant damage. Actually.
Nice.
It's Sacred Flame. I guess it is radiant damage. Okay. So he takes 12 points of damage.
Okay, this was the satyr that Chris had actually injured earlier because it was so closest to you guys. And that kills him. He
Okay.
turns as it like sears through his fur, and he turns and he looks at you in surprise as he falls to the ground.
Okay. So I wasn't able
because this
to
isn't a
heal the Minotaur, but at least I took care of his attacker.
There you go.
Okay.
There you go.
And that is
now-
it for me.
Now we are to the good fae, of which there are very few left right here. There are more fighting in the corners, but there's quite a number of them that seem to be dead on the floor. Fortunately, not ones you really knew. No sign of Joey or anything other than the bear and the Minotaur. Those are the ones that you're most familiar with, because those are the two that have given you your training and your quests. The Minotaur renewed just a little bit by the falling of the one next to him. He can't move, but he's so big. His reach as he strikes with his axe and manages to actually hit and kill the dire wolf that was also on him. The bear man, feeling rejuvenated a little bit from his healing, he roars and he says, "Fey blood to me!" And he strikes out with one claw and manages to strike both of the opponents that he had been striking at, a satyr and a wolf. And they had all been injured. I mean, this fight's been going on for a few minutes now, and they do fall. And so now it's 5 versus the 3 instead of, or I'm sorry, it's 3 versus 3 instead of 6 versus 3, which is kind of a nice, better odds. the last one, which is a fae you don't recognize so much. And he looks very much like a serpent with a human torso. And he actually doesn't strike with a weapon. Instead, he finally reaches up to his full height, and you can see the wounds going all the way down his serpent body until it gets to the floor. And he spits out acid or poison or something that does not look very pleasant on those last two attackers near him. And all right, one makes his save, one does not make his save. The one that does not make his save, which is the wolf, begins screaming and howling in agony and struggling like whatever this is burning it pretty horribly. And you could start to see the fur begin to curl, and it looks really unpleasant. But that one is taken out of the fight as it's struggling to maintain any kind of focus with that much pain. The other one managed to make his dex save and seems to be taking some damage on his arm, but not really enough to stop him yet. All righty, and now we're going to finish this fight first. We get to the top of the round of the people who are left, which would be Chris.
All right. So I look like I'm about to shoot the bow, but what I'm actually doing is aiming right at the feet of the defenders.
Okay.
And in a 3-foot wide cylinder that can go 10 feet long, I'm going to try and get as many of them out as I can. Stone to flesh.
Okay, so all of a sudden that stone gets very fleshy. Is that what you're saying?
It turns to inert
the
flesh.
floor turns to meat.
Like there's no heartbeat. There's no heartbeat or anything, but it is
Flesh, right? Exactly. So all of a sudden, the stone floor, it's still shaped like it was shaped, but all of a sudden it's pink and it's meaty. And the three defenders that are left look down at it and look up at you like, okay. And stuff. And on their next turn around, they'll be able to do something about that. But yes, it's gross and it does bleed. And it's just like, ugh.
yeah. Oh, I know.
Horror movie. Ugh. Okay, do you do a move action?
Oh yes, I move out of the doorway.
Okay.
So not be seen by this asshole Ent.
And okay. Okay. So are you moving back further or just trying to hide?
To the side. Like
To the
there's
side.
there's a doorway, right?
Yes.
Hall. I'm gonna go this way.
Okay.
Like so I'm not in the doorway.
Gotcha. All right. That is probably a good thing.
I thought.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And now it is Jody's turn. Actually, no, it's the Evil Fae's turn. Sorry, Evil Fae. They turn to look at you, Jody, and at you, Chris, but they don't see Chris, but they do see Jody.
Of course they
And-
do.
Right.
If I get hit one more time, I'm done.
Yeah.
Oh wait,
the
no,
one
no, I'm
that
not. No,
is-
I'm not. I'll be fine.
The one that is has the acid on his arm that was on the bear man turns to look at you, Jody, because you're the only one they can see right now, other than the other fae that are fighting off in the corners, that are getting whittled down by just the sheer numbers of others that are there. And he moves toward you. He tries to charge toward you, which gives the bear man actually an attack of opportunity. And he hits. Let's see how much damage he does. 4 damage. Goddamn. So he manages to hit him and injure him. But he stays up. His arm is looking pretty weak, and he actually charges you, Jody, and strikes at you. What is your armor class?
It is 18.
18. All right, let's see. We got her. He rolls an 11. He misses you. You see that looks like a club that comes sweeping past you. And you can feel heat though as it goes past you, like it's not just normal.
Okay.
And but it misses you. And he's right there now
Okay.
for this next round, just so you know. And the one that's on the Minotaur that's still standing, or actually the two that are near the Minotaur that are still standing, will strike at him, and they both miss. Clearly, they're getting a little shaken by this whole thing. Okay, and he yells in triumph with laughter, you know. But now we're back to the top of the round. Chris, it goes a lot faster when there's fewer, but he doesn't.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Okay, so I will float over and oh, hello, Ent.
Fire at the Ent again. Okay, roll to hit.
Nat 20.
Okay,
There you go.
there you go. Some nice double damage going on.
Which all dice roll twice. That is correct, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Just in
Oh.
case.
Oh, it's gonna hurt. Okay, so that's 10, 17. 30 plus 7. 37 damage.
Okay, and that's just the first shot, right?
That's the first shot.
Okay.
Okay, so 27 to hit.
Okay, that does indeed hit.
Okay. Okay, 4 to 11. 18 damage.
Okay. He's still up, but he's definitely looking like, you know, bark's been chipped off and stuff. He's looking a little rough, and you definitely have his attention now. Do you duck back behind the door for the end of your move?
I will just continue the motion to the other side of the
Okay, to the other side of the door.
wing. Yeah.
Got it. All righty then. And now it's his turn.
Cool.
Okay, and so you're back behind the door, and all of a sudden you hear the sound of stone being ripped up again, and flying towards you, it sounds like. Ooh, and the doorway where you're standing,
Not in the doorway.
the doorway behind where you're standing, it hits it so hard, you rolled a 29, that the stone is smashed and crumbled. You take no damage from the flying shrapnel because you're so close to it, it doesn't get much momentum to actually hurt you. But all of a sudden, there's this big hole right where you're standing that you could actually like look through. And you see on the other side of the thing, the ant reaching down again for another piece of stone. And Jody, the satyr strikes at you again.
Oh, okay. Do I
Yeah,
not
because
get
it's
a
their
chance
turn,
to go before it
Not-
does?
They have a 17 initiative and yours is 12, so they go before you.
Okay, but he.
Skip.
I think you skipped me then.
Oh, did I? Okay.
I think so.
Because the end of the last turn was when you healed the bear man. Then they
Yeah.
got their action. Then we went to the top of the round to Chris's action, and now it's the bad guy's action.
Yeah, but he'd already moved to me, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
Oh, that's right.
had
He already,
struck me.
he
He
already
tried
did
to.
his action. So it's the other two guys. You're right. I did the
Yeah.
ant last.
Okay.
So now it is indeed your turn.
Okay. Well, I am going to reach out and touch him.
Okay.
Just dial them up.
Reaches out
Yep.
and touches someone. Okay.
That is a
touched
16
me.
on the dice. Plus
Okay.
7.
You do touch him. That's
Okay.
It's past his AC.
That is an inflict wounds at
Ow. Ooh, ow.
second
Ooh.
level, first level. Let me just see what that
Okay.
is. Second level.
All right. What
Oh
is
no,
the
hold
damage on that?
Yeah. That is 4d10.
I'm gonna have Depeche Mode stuck in my head.
Yeah.
Inflict
Okay,
wounds is
we just need
such
somebody
a
to
powerful
start
spell.
singing, you know?
Reach out and touch faith.
Yeah.
That's what I heard.
Yeah. So she basically says, you know what? Fuck you.
You know, legit. I can see saying that.
And and that is like 2 10s.
Oh.
Okay,
Oh,
so
oh.
29. That's 29 points of damage.
And that kills him.
Yeah.
You see him stiffen in pain, and you know, you haven't really used that spell before in this incarnation of yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And it's weird. So I'm going to just take a moment here.
Okay.
So the satyr, who's very human looking, except for his goat feet and his little horns, and he's got a little goatee, he's kind of cute. You know, acid burns on his arm, cuts and stuff on him. And he looks at you and he stiffens. And it's like, I don't know if you're weird like me and you've ever watched somebody get the death penalty with the electric chair.
I have
It's
never
like
seen
that.
that. No, thankfully, I have never seen that.
He stiffens and he
Mhm.
starts shaking like this for much. And it's almost as if it's not wounds that kill him. It's pain that kills him. And the scream that rips from his throat is of absolute torment. But fortunately, it's very short-lived. It's a short scream and as the pain kind of tears him apart inside, and he falls to the floor dead at your feet.
You, sir, made bad life choices.
You're tearing him apart.
Yeah.
How did we not get this before? But reach out and touch Faye.
Okay, and on that
Oh.
note,
Alex is rolling a disadvantage for the rest of the game.
Well deserved, yes.
on that note, there is only the two, the satyr and the dire wolf, that's still on the bear and the minotaur, and the serpent dude. However, they're not going to kill them this time. They're going to use their action to actually get out of this squishy meat stone. And they're like, ugh,
Wow.
as they pull their feet out and try to get purchase on this kind of squishy, wobbly flesh floor. And then they turn and they say, "Fey blood, to me," the bear says again. And the minotaur yells, "What he said!" And the snake just goes, "Sss." And they all three dive through the portal after their prince.
I didn't know the portal would still be there. I
You
thought
said
it was
it.
going
You
to
said
be.
it only lasted the
Yeah, I thought that was
round,
gone.
the end of the round.
Oh, that's
so
right.
why I
You're right.
jumped
It's
through
gone.
it.
It's gone. It's gone. Never mind. It's gone. You're right. It's late. I'm tired.
That's
That's what
okay.
it is. You're right. The portal is gone. But they do yell to me, and instead they actually strike at the last two of the bad guys that are on them. And how do they do? And they managed to kill one, so there's just one left, pretty wounded. And then the end, they turn to look at the end. And you get the feeling that's where things are going to be happening for them next. Okay. And now we're at the top of the round, but we're going to go over into the other room since the portal's gone and find out what's happening over there.
At the party.
Woo! With the other half
team
of the
go.
party that is now split.
We
So
like doing that.
apparently so. So you have a lot of confidence in your abilities. What can I say? You guys, the two fairies, you dive through the portal and you're flying so fast that you can't really stop yourself as you're doing your double move. But as you go in and you realize the place that you're in, it's dark and it's beautiful, but it's dark. It's like a massive cavern with but the lighting comes from the waterfalls, the luminescent waterfalls that are falling off the sides from probably 400 feet in the air, coming down to pools that river and snake around. And in each little portion of this river snaking around, there is a pavilion with different kinds of beautiful things around it, dark flowers, dark glowing fireflies, beautiful trees that don't look like anything you've ever seen before in life. They look like something that should be from a dark alien planet, like very, not vampiric, that's the wrong word, but as if darkness had created beauty out of its own blood, you know, its own dark flesh. And it would be glorious, except you hear the sounds of combat. And you see at the far end of this very large cavern, clearly the quarters of the princess. And at the far end, you see her fighting. And you see her son fighting. And you see her coterie fighting, probably more than half of which are already dead. And they're probably a good 150 feet away from you in this large cavern.
What are they fighting?
They're fighting more tree ants, more satyrs, more dire wolves, dire bears, all foresty kind of things, you'll notice.
I'm gonna immediately shoot some more scorching rays at them.
Okay, at which ones?
The
What's the, okay, there's more than two.
right, but there are two that I'm assuming are attacking the prince.
Well, let me finish the description of what's happening right here. Okay, so you know exactly where you are and what's happening.
Great, and then
Okay,
fire.
so about 150 feet away from you, you can
both
see them.
double moved.
You can see them because the whole area was lit up like for a party, right? So that's why you can see them in this very dark place, even so far away. And what you actually see is the dryad. And the reason that you see that the prince is there fighting is because the dryad has him, and the prince is fighting the dryad. The princess is fighting the dryad as other things are trying to get to her from behind, but her focus seems to be 100% on this one who has her son. Behind her, her group of protectors, coterie, whatever you want to call it, you know, handmaids, of all of these strange things, they are fighting the things behind them. So what it is a wall of enemies that you're on the other side of. And they're all faced towards the princess. And in front of you, heading towards them, it's like a ball of light and fury. And you realize that it is the prince, her husband, that's got there, and he's gotten into the back of the thing. I'm just giving you a heads up of what you're seeing when you first
Can we
get
stop
in.
using the term prince? Because you keep saying prince for
Yeah.
both people.
Yeah, okay. So what should we call the little prince? Shall we call him the...
Not that.
Yeah.
I mean, just for sake of not confusion, can we just call king and queen and
Yeah.
prince?
Yeah.
The
We'll do
artist
that, even
formerly
though
known
it's
as
more like
Prince.
the British prince and prince.
outta
So
here,
yeah,
Chris.
so king and queen. So the queen is fighting the dryad. Her coterie is fighting off the mass of creatures that are coming towards them, trying to get them at the very back of this massive cavern and cutting a massive swath, almost like a ball of fiery bladed light, is what you think is probably the prince or the king. As he's heading towards them. The back of the bad guys are about 70 feet from you. And there's a range, there are probably 4 ents here, and that you can tell because they tower above everything else. So it seems like, oddly, this fight was taking priority for the dryad for some reason.
Sure.
Okay, that's what you see. And Alex, as you come in right behind these two, and you just step right inside the doorway, you see the same thing. You see the two fairies quite a bit ahead of you because they did the full flight movement. So they're probably 50 feet ahead of you. Okay. And we're going to have you roll new initiatives for this particular fight.
Can I not just immediately react?
Huh?
Can I not just immediately
the
react?
two of us that have actions as we came in.
Yeah.
Yeah, those of you who held actions absolutely can, but you still need to
That's
need
fine.
for this next round to roll initiative.
That's fine.
Again,
Yeah,
it is
because
fine.
we missed our, or at least I missed my.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, Alex held his action and you had your action held for when you got through too. Shauna, your action was getting everybody through. You're getting you through and her.
I keep trying to roll this one die and it keeps landing right, like cocked right. Okay, anyway. Okay. So here's the thing. I take a look at my Principoo and remember that, oh, hey, that thing I'm wearing on my head, it means that I get to cast spells 2 levels higher than I've been doing. So let's do that.
Mhm. Okay.
So I'm going to throw my Scorching Ray right at that Dryad.
Okay, how far, what is the range?
I'm going to move 30 feet up and then I will.
Because he's 150, so
150
that'd put him
feet.
120. Mhm.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'll move 30 feet up and then, because my spell is 120.
Okay, perfect.
Sorry, I can't really read this. That looks like 8 plus. I don't think a 16 hits, right?
No, it does not.
Okay, so that's 1 down. But a dirty 20. The rest of these are pretty high.
His AC is 18, so that would hit.
Great. Because then I've got a 24 and a 25 and a 20. I can math. 28. And then there's a net 20. 27. And now I'm gonna roll a bunch of sixes.
Everything over 20 hits.
Okay. So that was five out of the 6 of them, which is great. All right, so that is, everyone just help me out here. That is 12 plus 9. So it's what, 21 so far, plus 10 plus
31.
Another 10.
41.
That's 41, and one of them was a nat 20. Do I?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay,
Double damage.
and that's another 10.
Nice.
51.
Okay, so minus 51. That is a significant amount of damage. Does
Yeah.
not take him down.
I just burst in there and be like, "Oh, fuck you!" Just a blast of fire. Just a full-on blast of fire.
Okay. It's like, yes.
What could be more
yes.
accurate?
Okay. All right, he's definitely injured, but
Good.
definitely not down. And you have definitely distracted his attention. Do you do any, well, you did your movement. and
Yeah, I
you did
can't do
your
anything
attack.
else.
Okay, right. Okay, Alex, what's your held action?
Now I will summon Steed.
Okay.
Now we're in a bigger area. I took the liberty of, because I don't know, like it's like the next thing up. I don't know. I looked up a griffin because I feel
Okay.
like that would actually be able to support a minotaur, like a horse. Like I would crush the damn thing. Like the choices
Okay.
were like a horse, like like a dire wolf, or like actually I don't think it was that. It was like a horse, a something else, and a mastiff. And I'm like, none of that's holding a minotaur. So I don't know if you want to
Not a 7-foot minotaur anyway.
Yeah. I don't know if you want to just change the stats to a horse. I don't know what you want to do, but I pulled up the stats for a griffin just because I felt
Okay.
like at least that would be a visually capable of holding me.
Right. It's yeah, you call steed, but it's not a griffin that you get, sort of.
Okay.
It's a griffin, but it's more like a hippogriff.
Oh, okay.
So a giant horse's body with an eagle head and wings, and like that. So a hippogriff type of looking
Cool.
thing, and it's red, just like you,
Ooh.
actually.
I'm
That's actually
red.
kind
I
of
didn't even
cool.
know
Yeah,
that.
yeah, you are. You're a big red minotaur.
What color I was.
Yep, and you're not like bright red, but you definitely have that tinge to you.
Oh, like
And yes, and it comes up, and Flarian says, "Oh, hey, it's you!" And the hippogriff turns and nods. Doesn't say anything though.
Of course they
But it's
know
right
each
there. Do you mount it? I'm assuming.
Yes,
Okay, and Summon Steed is a spell at that level, or is it a free action?
it is a spell. That is
Okay.
my action.
Okay, cool. But you're ready for the next one. All right, I need all of you to roll initiative.
Well, that's butts. That's a solid 4.
Woo!
Go team, go.
It's cool. I rolled a 1.
Yay!
For once,
Plus
you're
7.
after Ellie. Okay, so you're at 8. Okay, Shauna?
22.
22. All right.
I'll bring you with me, Ellie, until you decide, you tell me you don't want to go
I'm-
any farther, and then I'll let you go.
Fair.
I'm real busy. Like the fact that I just summoned a griffin that's really, or a hippogriff that's really cool. I'm just like,
Here's the thing, though. We got
And when he-
another great comment of a minotaur on a hippogriff is just a goddamn turducken of animal parts on top of each other.
Oh, man.
That's
Oh,
brilliant.
God. That image will
Okay.
be seared in my brain
It's
forever.
in there. Somebody's got to draw it.
Forever.
It's up there on the drawing of
Forever.
Orkelia writing. What was it? Everything. She just writes
Everything. The cat, the dragon, the
the
wolf,
boulder.
Shauna.
Orkelia writes everything.
The
The new show.
children's novel.
Oh, man.
What will Orkelia get on top of that?
Well, I think we're about to find out here in just a
Great.
minute.
Wrong game.
Okay. Okay. And we're going to finish that. We're going to go back to the other room
Great.
and do their thing. So we're going to kind of, I'm sorry, guys, you
Back and
know.
forth. Let the party.
Oh my god.
Mhm.
It would be called Orkelia Mounts.
That's
Oh my god.
Okay. There's a reason that
Somebody
we
make
call
me
this
this
a
book.
not safe for children stream.
I don't think it's a joke.
All right. So now
NSFW.
this
You had a
will be-
flesh floor, Tanya. No, I don't
Oh,
think this is
God.
child friendly.
Yes, please pull them all out of the flesh floor.
Okay. Okay. So now, Chris,
Yeah.
it is your turn. Let me refresh you as to where we're at.
Oh,
The ant
right there.
is looking at you through the hole. He's clearly very angry as he's got these arrow score marks through him. The bear man and the minotaur and the snake man have, you know, at least one of them has shouted, you know, "Fey blood to me." And they've turned to face the ant. Jody is standing there on the floor and she just touched this satyr that attacked her, that hit her. And he like went into like a seizure and just died.
He actually didn't hit me. He tried to hit me.
He tried to hit you. That's right. He missed you. And
I
he
hit
just
him
died.
first.
It was really gross. He's got like a little blood, like there was like internal something, or I don't know. The fleshy floor is like bleeding where they pulled themselves out of it, but it still looks like floor, and it's just gross. You know, if it was alive, it'd be screaming, but well, it is kind of alive. It's flesh for a minute. We'll see if it stays alive.
We can cook
The
that,
two
right?
thrones look pretty battered that are right there. Roll me a perception check. Well, actually, no, you're not close enough. Never mind. Not yet. Not yet. It's your turn. Go.
Oh, okay. So I'm gonna give a little nod and then shoot him 2 more times.
All right. Or shoot at him 2 more times.
Yes. Well, that is a 19 on the die, so 29 to hit.
Okay. That will definitely hit, as you know.
Let me get my dice. Okay, so that's 10, 20 damage. on the
Okay.
first. And then, oh wait, no, I'm sorry, 20. Yeah, 20 damage. Sorry. And a 25 to hit.
Okay, that will still hit too.
And that would be 7, 14, 16 damage.
All right. Oh, he's still up. He's
And
still handily up, but he definitely is looking even more angry and more injured. What do you do next? What's your move action?
I fly to the other side.
To the other side. Okay.
Yep,
That
that's
seems
me.
Good. That's you. All right. And now it is his turn, and the one last fey creature that's paying attention to you guys. It's not involved in fighting at the edges of the thing. The ant, you can't see what it does, Chris, but
No.
Jody, you can see what it does. As it reaches down and it pulls up another stone from the floor, and it looks over there, and then it looks at the bear man and the minotaur and the serpent man that are both turned to look at it like they're going to charge it.
Look it!
And then it looks over at the thing, and it makes the decision. It throws the rock at the wall where Chris is,
Yes.
because he's just pissed off.
Good. That's what I wanted.
That's what you wanted. Yep. Okay. Plus 10 to hit. And he rolls. Oh, he hits that wall handily. Blows another hole in that side of the doorway. So now both doorways are compromised as cover. But you take, once again, no damage from that. And it's the last little lonely fae tries to turn and hit the snake man. And then he realizes what he's doing, and he looks around and says, fuck it, and turns and runs. And you're like, where's he running? And he runs through the portal the ant came through. He runs for that. And he makes it just to the portal, can't make it through the portal, it's too far. All right, and now it is the good face turn. Or no, it's Jody's turn.
Oh, okay. How far am I from the Minotaur and the bear? And because they said to go to them, right?
Right, and you've moved. You'd already moved partway to them.
Okay.
So they're about 30 feet from you. So they're one good move from you. So you would have to cross to get to them, though. You will have to cross the meat floor.
Ew.
If
Can
you're
I go
going
to the
direct-
side of the meat floor?
You can, but you won't make it all the way to them if you.
No,
do that,
that's
'cause then you
fine.
have
I don't
go
need to
around.
make it all the way to them. I
Okay.
want to make
3
it.
feet wide.
I want to make it to the side of the meat floor, and then I want to hit the ant with something.
Okay, so you go off to the side of the meat floor.
Yes.
And yes, you can now cast something at the end.
Okay. And now I'm going to cast a guiding bolt at the end
Okay.
because
And do you have to roll to hit that?
I do have to roll to hit.
Okay, AC is 20.
That is a 17 on the dice. So that is +7.
Oh, okay, easily hits.
Okay. So that is 5d6, but it also lights him up like a Christmas tree.
Oh, gives
Which
everybody else
means-
bonuses.
It gives the first
Nice.
attack against him advantage.
Okay,
That's what
nice.
it does. Yeah.
Which will be you, Chris, because you'll be next.
So
don't
that-
Actually, no, it'll be them. It'll
Yeah.
be them. Yeah.
5, 10, 14, 17 points of damage, and it's radiant damage.
Okay. All righty.
And he is lit up.
All of a sudden, it's like, oh, it's very festive in here for a minute. Everything's very lit up. You can really see the blood and the bodies on the floor. The blood is all different colors. It's like a rainbow of blood on the floor. It's like, oh, there's red. and
Oddly
there's green,
fascinating.
And there's purple and there's pink, but it's, interspersed with dead bodies of people that you probably kind of knew a little bit. And
Actually, as I'm seeing that, I'm actually, and I mean, I won't be able to do anything about it right now, but if there's anyone that like just fell or is still like sort of alive, but they're down, like I'm just going to be looking for people who might still have the ability
Have
to be
some life.
saved. Yeah.
Right. Well, the three that just fell this last round
Mhm.
in that center group, they're dead, but they're just dead.
Okay.
just
I won't be
barely.
able to get all of them, but
Right. Okay.
yeah.
Nice.
That's it for me. That's all I can do.
Okay.
But I'm not
wonderful.
directly at the three other guys, which means that if the Ent decides to go after me, which he might, he'd go after me, not them.
Got that right.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, and
We're
those
not
three other
grouped.
guys, the bear roars and charges in and tries to hit the Ent. We'll see how well he does. Rolled a 7. Okay, and he misses. He slips on the meat floor a little bit and loses his balance and misses the Ent.
It's hard to bear.
Yeah.
Ow.
Woof.
The Minotaur runs in with his axe, and it's an axe and stuff, and he screams, I'm gonna cut you down to size, but he says it in his very Minotaur typey voice, and he does actually hit the Ent for some damage.
Trees and axes don't mix.
No, they don't. Okay, and then the snake guy darts forward, and you get the feeling he can't do the spit thing again, because instead he actually darts forward to the Ent and then past the Ent to get behind him. And you can't really see what he does behind him, but you hear the Ent scream in terror or pain or something. All righty. And that is the bottom of that turn. So now, I think we call it the night. Oh, you know what? Let's finish this fight. You're almost done. Okay, we'll finish this fight. We've got 10 minutes.
This couldn't be the
We'll do
end.
it. This couldn't be the end. The end. No, it's not. Okay. Chris, it's your
Did you
turn.
say the Ent?
The Ent.
Yeah, okay.
The end of the Ent.
This can't be the Ent.
What did I do to deserve this punishment?
We're on our
so-
fun game tonight.
so
Yes, we
screw it.
are.
I fly in.
Blame Mr. Nickel for kicking it off.
Mm-hmm.
I fly in and I just start. That is a 26 to hit.
That will hit indeed.
One oh no. Actually, the bear who tried to hit him the first time would have gotten advantage. He would have gotten a hit.
Oh, that's
He would have
true.
gotten another
True.
attack.
Okay, sure. Oh, and that second attack would have hit. All right, let's do it.
Guiding bolt for the win.
Yes, indeed. The Ent is looking quite a bit more damaged than it did before. All right, so what do you do, Chris?
21
Swoop
damage
in.
on the first arrow.
Okay.
And 14 plus 10 is 24.
That does also hit. Now, is that the damage or is that the hit?
No, that's the hit.
Okay, well, it does hit.
Oh, nice. Okay, so 13 plus 7, 20 damage.
Okay. The Ent roars in pain, and you see him start to totter, and he's like, clearly the sap is like pooling out onto the floor. There's so much of it. You can see that the gouges in the bark. It's like he's being chopped down. Really, it looks like a tree that's been chopped down. There's been so many arrows and stuff through him, and he's like tottering, and he doesn't fall, but he's so close.
Okay.
And now it is his turn. And Chris, he reaches down, he picks up a piece of stone from what's left of the floor around his
gonna
feet. Or
say.
his, yeah, there's not much left, but there's a little bit, there's enough. And he throws it at you. Sorry, I have to go change all of these things before we time. Physical dice. Oh, and that is a 28 to hit.
Yeah. I think we can all agree that's going to hit.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes,
Poop
it
on his
is.
face.
Yes.
God damn it.
And
That was fun.
okay. So are you ready?
Oh, yeah.
You ready? Okay.
I'm ready.
So sorry. I'm so sorry.
Don't be sorry.
I'm so sorry. Take 36 points of damage.
I'll take 26.
Yeah.
Okay,
what a
as
great
you
response.
are hit by that stone and blasted back into the floor.
Are you still up?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, good. Okay. I was
Yeah.
wondering who would have to use my revivify on.
Yeah, well, because now he's a stone creature, so he takes less damage from stone stuff. All right, and so yes, you're blasted back. It's the stone, the impact of the stone pushing you to the floor cracks the stone, and it falls over you, off of you, so you're not pinned, but you're definitely winded a little bit for a second because that, goddamn, that hurt a lot. And now it is Jody's turn.
Yeah.
Turn the son of a bitch into kindling.
Okay. Yeah, let's see what I can do here. Yeah, you know what? Let's try another guiding bolt, I guess.
Okay. You point your hand at the end
Yep.
with
See
nefarious
what
intent.
happens. Okay, that is a 14 on the dice plus 7.
All right, you hit it.
Okay.
You don't even need to roll damage.
Oh, okay.
It was
is
that close.
4d6. Yeah.
He's at 1 hit point.
Oh. Okay. Well, bye-bye.
Yep. So as your guiding bolt hits him, as you see your friend get slammed to the ground and under that stone debris, you're not really sure. Is he alive? Is he dead? You're not really sure. But you know what? You do your anger at that ant, and you see the guiding bolt, it hits it and it strikes it squarely where all of those arrows have been chipping away at it for the last several rounds. And it's like a tree with that last axe cut. He breaks in half. And it's like, everybody roll me a dexterity save to get out of the way.
Uh-oh. Am I close enough?
Yeah.
30 feet
yes.
away?
Oh, yes. He's a
Okay.
giant
He's a big
tree.
Okay.
Well, he's got to get past the rock, but okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
He falls into the doorway like he's gonna collapse it on.
I got a 14. I don't know if that passes or not.
It does. I mean, this is
Okay.
kind of with advantage because you guys see it
Oh.
coming. It's
Oh.
a slow
The
fall.
14
You'd have
is
to
as
be
much as
pretty
I'm
stupid
getting.
to not get out of the way.
Okay.
Yeah, so 17.
Okay. You both everybody scatters to the sides as it goes. The whole ground shakes with the size of this 50-foot tree that just fell on you, or next to you, as it were. And there's a moment of silence as you realize that all the fighting around you has stopped. And
Actually,
you turn to,
Lena doesn't stop because she's going to that circle of ones that fell. Are there any that she recognizes particularly?
why, yes, there is. Roll me a perception check.
Okay. That's not a good one. Perception. Let's just see what that actually is. 14?
Okay, that's enough. It's under the debris of the thrones. You see the crumpled bits of a wing and a tiny hand that looks kind of like it might belong, that sleeve, to Joey.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I dig him out and
Okay.
revivify. So that
Revivify?
should
Okay.
restore him to one hit point.
Do not kill
Okay.
Joey. No.
And he takes a gasping breath. It's like, You're so beautiful. And that's where we'll end it tonight.
I just want to say before we end completely that I am going to use my bonus action to move the hunter's mark to Jody
Nice.
for now.
Okay.
I don't have to use it. I can just switch it then again if I need it.
Just if you need it, you just can keep it up.
Yeah.
All right. And that's where we're going to leave it tonight. A big battle coming in the other room. The rest of you guys maybe being done with battle, then you have to figure out how do we get to the other room?
How do you
What's
come
behind this
help us?
portal here that the end came through? What's going on?
Mm-hmm.
That will be all
What's
for
going on?
Dun, dun,
Is
dun.
the...
next week.
That's just the hashtag.
That's
the
my
show.
big question.
Yeah, and I'm sorry,
The
guys.
tagline?
Yeah, you don't want to
Steel Storm
die.
and Tempest. What's going on?
Mhm.
Yep,
Only half of us
exactly.
know.
Lots of steel, lots of storm,
Don't-
lots of
don't
tempest.
worry, Rob will show up and save the day.
Wouldn't that be nice? Wouldn't that be nice?
He's going to have a bottle episode. I mean, a box episode.
A box episode, yes.
We
Yeah.
may, just because I'm evil.
It's Robin.
And speaking of the box, for those of you who aren't aware of our other campaign, our more serious campaign, the Darklight one, I gave everybody this wonderful artifact. It's called the Box of Needful Things. And it's a box. And you open it up and there's looks like it's got mist inside of it. You touch the mist, you get sucked into the box. And inside the box is a room with couches and a wardrobe that gives you beautiful, comfortable clothes and a table filled with every kind of food that you like. And you can summon rooms like a bathroom with a bathtub or, in the Chris's case, a dragon lair where he can sleep in his own little lair on his little tiny pile of gold, a really pitiful pile of gold pieces.
It's small, but it's growing.
Hey, he doesn't think of it as pitiful.
And it's this great
He's
room.
so enraged that we just keep putting him in the box.
And
And the one
you can
time-
live in there. You could live in there if you wanted to and have everything you would ever need. When they found the box, so there was a skeleton inside there, because there's two downsides. One, anything created by the box, you cannot take out of the box. So the food, the clothing and stuff, and we've had that happen. If you go out with the beautiful
Naked.
clothing that we're wearing in the box, you go out, you're
Well,
naked.
Naked.
Because the
Yeah.
clothes doesn't come out.
Figured that one
If
out.
you stuffed your pockets with the food doesn't come out with you. If somebody closes the box,
tummy.
you can't get out. So always somebody needs to stay on the outside of the box so everybody can get out, or they're stuck in there forever until they die. Time passes normally in the box. So really good. Has some problems, and stuff, which as every good artifact does. Anyway, Rob has spent more time in the box than anybody, and he hates that box.
And the one time we were all in the box, we needed one person to be out of it.
And it was
And he
Rob.
was like, I don't want to be in the box anymore. It's like, okay, you don't get to
You get to be out the box. Yeah. So
I think
It's a
me.
running joke.
A box of
So now I've been trying to think of a way to get the box into this game, and I haven't figured out a way that isn't really
think-
ridiculous.
This is the game that's perfect for it. I mean,
Yeah, well,
all good things.
All right. Well, we
feel
will
like
see
it's
you guys
mainly
all
because
next
Rob has
week.
been it's been against his will every single time.
Every
He's been
single
put in the
time.
box.
Every single time.
Every time.
And so now he has like eye twitches that happen when you even talk about it out of character.
every time we say,
Um,
yeah.
So anyway, next week on Steel, Storm, and Tempest, we will be
Oh,
Oh, you
wait, what a
froze.
great, you froze.
so
In
good.
that moment.
Next
At the
time on
last
Steel Storm and
moment.
Tempest.
That was great.
I think that's perfect. That's
Okay.
the perfect level of chaos for
And
this
to
We'll
game.
stop it right there.
Yep. So did you end the stream, Shauna?
Peace.
No.
No.
Okay.
Okay.
Thanks for coming,
Maybe.
everyone.
At least it'll be.
So you wander and search and you dream and you talk. Look for the key that might someday unlock all the answers you need while there's time on the clock. I hope you survive till you